Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about the signs of trigonometric ratios in different quadrants. So let us first of all draw the x and y axis. So let us say that this is the x axis and the y axis right here. Okay, and now this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and this is the fourth quadrant. So first of all, let us start with the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, we draw an angle with the x-axis. So let us say that this angle is theta, and this is the positive x-axis. This one is the negative x-axis. This is the positive y-axis, and this is negative y-axis. In this case, we know that this is the base, this one is perpendicular, and this is hypotenuse. And we know all of them are positive because the base is on the positive side of x-axis, the perpendicular is on the positive side of y-axis, and hypotenuse will always remain positive. We also know the formulas to find the different trigonometric ratios. So to find sine theta, we can do perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So we have P upon H. To find cos theta, we can do base upon hypotenuse. So in this case, perpendicular and hypotenuse both are positive, so sine theta will be positive. And we know that base and hypotenuse both are positive, so cos theta will be positive. Similarly, rest of the trigonometric ratios in first quadrant are positive because base, perpendicular and hypotenuse, all three are positive in the first quadrant. Hope this is clear to you. Now let us talk about the second quadrant. Now we are going to draw the angle in the second quadrant. Okay, let us say this line makes an angle with the positive x-axis, which is theta. In this case, the perpendicular is positive because we have the y positive, but the base is negative, so the base is negative, and the hypotenuse remains positive. Now let us talk about the trigonometric ratios. When we talk about sine of theta, which is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, because perpendicular and hypotenuse both are positive, so sine theta remains positive. What about cos theta? Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse, and we know that base is negative, so cos theta becomes negative. What about tan theta? Tan theta is perpendicular upon base, and we know that perpendicular is positive but the base is negative, so tan theta becomes negative. Also the reciprocal, for example, sine theta is positive. So what is the reciprocal of sine theta? It's cosec theta, which is h upon p. So this also is positive because h and p both are positive. H is positive and p is positive. Now when we talk about cos theta, the reciprocal of cos theta, which is sec theta, which is h over b, so this is also negative because b is negative. And cot theta again is negative because cot theta is base upon perpendicular, and base is negative, so cot theta is negative. So we have seen that if a trigonometric ratio like cos theta is negative, so its reciprocal will also be negative. If sin theta is positive, its reciprocal will also be positive. So we have seen that in second quadrant, sin theta and cosec theta are positive, but the rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. Whereas in first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios are positive. Let us move on to third quadrant. Let us draw an angle theta in the third quadrant with the positive x-axis. So this is theta, and let us draw the perpendicular. So in this case, the base is this, which is negative. Let me write this with capital B. And the perpendicular also is negative because it is on the negative direction of the y-axis. But the hypotenuse always remains positive. Now let us see the trigonometric ratios one by one. Sin theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Perpendicular is negative, hypotenuse is positive. So we have sin theta equal to minus p upon h, which is negative. So minus sin theta. So we can say that sin theta is negative in the third quadrant. What about cos theta? Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse. The base is negative, hypotenuse is positive. That's why cos theta will be negative. Tan theta. Tan theta is given by perpendicular divided by base. Perpendicular upon base. In this case, both perpendicular and base are negative. So we have minus p over minus p. The minus sign gets cancelled, and we have tan theta positive in the third quadrant. So this is equal to tan theta, which is positive in the third quadrant. Okay, now we know that the reciprocals will also have the same sign. So cosec theta in third quadrant, cosec will be negative and sec theta will be negative, but cot theta will be positive. Now let us move on to the next, the last fourth quadrant. But before that, let us see this one more time. In third quadrant, tan theta and cot theta are positive and the rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. Let us see what happens in the fourth quadrant. So this is angle theta from the positive x-axis, and we are going to draw a perpendicular. Now we know in this case the base is positive because it's the positive x-axis, but the perpendicular is negative because we are going towards the negative direction of the y-axis. The hypotenuse will remain positive. Sin theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. In this case, perpendicular is negative and the hypotenuse is positive. So which is equal to minus p upon h, which is the negative sin theta. So in fourth quadrant, sin theta is negative. What about cos theta? Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse. Base and hypotenuse both are positive. So cos theta is positive. Tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular is negative and the base is positive. So we can write this as minus p upon b, which is minus tan theta. So we can say that tan theta is negative in the fourth quadrant. Now let us talk about the reciprocals of these. The reciprocal of sin theta is cosec theta. So because sin theta is negative, cosec theta is also negative in the fourth quadrant. Because cos theta is positive, the sec theta will also be positive in fourth quadrant. And because tan theta is negative, so cot theta will also be negative in the fourth quadrant. Now let us summarize this video quickly. In first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios are positive. So all trigonometric ratios are positive in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine and its reciprocal, which is cosec, are positive, and rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. In the third quadrant, tan and cot are positive, and the rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. In the fourth quadrant, cos and the reciprocal sec are positive, and the rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. And there is a shortcut to memorize this. You can memorize this with the phrase all school to college. So in the first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios are positive. In the second quadrant, S for sine and its reciprocal cosec are positive. In the third quadrant, T for tan and its reciprocal cot are positive. And in the fourth quadrant, C for cos and its reciprocal sec are positive. I hope you understood all the concepts we discussed in this video. Thank you so much for watching.